Monday morning. Happy traders. And we are looking at the 4-hour chart down here, and you can see that, and also on the main chart here too, that it took a huge big jump up here overnight. And you might think that that means that the market actually went up, but actually, in fact, what happened was the contract ended for the last term, and we've started a new contract, and it just kind of adjusted the price. So that's kind of a false jump there. It just kind of restarted at a different point to kind of, I don't know, it just does that. I don't always know why, but it just does. So we're still looking, if we look at the 4-hour chart, we're still kind of looking at a descent. It looked like it had started that, and it's kind of restarted up higher here. And looks like it's probably going to be dropping. However, on the short-term chart here, we can see that it's kind of got a leg up. And the MACD looks like it's got quite a bit of momentum. The longer-term MACDs are looking like they're probably going to tip over. So if we do get into a long, we don't want to hold it for very long. Here's the 5-minute chart. Looks like we've got quite a bit of momentum that we can get up to, maybe like 180, 184, something like that. I think that's pretty much where this green line is right here, even though that doesn't really count. That's just a residue of the channel, but it's not an accurate representation of it. Okay, so we got into a long here, and sure enough, it went up a little bit. I put in an exit order up here, thinking that might have been where it would go, but again, I usually don't hold it that long, and I got out a little bit sooner. First trade I made was $18.75 minus about $4.15 commissions, so not bad. All right, now I think it's going to head down soon, but I'm waiting to get into a short, and this does not look like we're quite there yet. The short-term charts, yeah, are getting close, but not quite there. Okay, we saw our first trade candle here, and I decided that was the time, so I got into a short there, and it immediately dropped, which was awesome. I went ahead and put in an alert just to show kind of where it would have to go for me to meet my goal for the day. We're about a little less than 5 minutes before opening bell. It dropped down, triggered my alert. I put in my exit order here, and it took it, and I actually made my goal for the day within almost a few cents. So it's not quite opening bell, and as usual, it feels like I know what it's going to do, and I don't really see a huge big risk in getting into it one more trade, and that would be kind of awesome. So I went ahead and got into a short here, and it kind of pulled back a little bit. Still not quite the opening bell yet. I'm not too worried at this point, but it is kind of disappointing that it went up, and probably should not have done that. I almost always think that. But again, I'm kind of watching it. I don't think it's probably going to get up past 51.81-ish is kind of where it is. I just don't see it going up past that point. So here we got a great big red candle and a few more. Very hopeful. Okay, we're 6 minutes past the opening bell at this point, and it's kind of going flat, trying to figure out what direction it's going, which means that we don't have a lot of upward momentum to be had. I think eventually it will drop, and it'll probably get down to about that point, and who knows after that. Okay, there we go. We kind of broke through the SMA, bounced off of it a little bit, but then came right back down again, so that's pretty awesome. Now I'm in a positive territory. I've covered my commissions, which is about $5. And it dropped a little bit more and then kind of hesitated. I was hoping it would get all the way down to that point before I got out, but I don't know. After wading through all of that this morning, I'm a little bit gun shy and decided to probably shouldn't have gotten in that last trade. Anyways, I'm just going to get out at a much smaller profit. So I did, and you can see my last trade. I only made $12.50. So if you think of that compared to what I had been doing on the ES, that's 125. So, you know, that's not a bad trade. Those are all very conservative trades. And I could have stopped after this one here, but there we are. So that was today's trading. Thanks for joining me.